may be the greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.
Alright guys, if y'all have not been watching the past few videos, I've been asking y'all to leave comments down below. Ask me your trade questions. Ask me any fantasy basketball questions that you have. And then every single week, regardless of if it's me, if it's Garrett, somebody's going to be coming through and answering your trade questions. I'm going to try to do a much better job on including myself in the majority of the videos that are on this channel from now on. But guys, if y'all have not already, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. I was checking out the statistics for this particular channel, and y'all know we run multiple fantasy football channels. We run a dynasty fantasy football, a redraft, and generally about half of our views over there are from subscribers. Half of them are from people unsubscribed to the channel. Well, here only 20% of our views on this channel are for subscribers, and what that means is all of you watching the videos consistently need to go down there, press that subscribe button, drop a like on the video to get it recommended to a new listener. It truly helps us out a ton, and the more subscribers, the more likes we are getting on these videos, the more time I'm going to be spending making these videos. Y'all know on the main fantasy football channel, the channel that has over 20-something thousand subscribers, I was making 4 to 5 videos a day here. I promise you, if this channel comes close to that, I'm going to be making multiple videos every single day. So dropping likes on it helps a ton. But anyway, that's enough rambling. That's enough begging. Let's get into your trade questions. And let's start it off with something that I thought was very intriguing. And this is going to be Sabonis for Devin Booker. And I'll tell y'all right out of the gate, a very common theme that we are going to see in this video is me wanting to lean with the player that was being drafted a little bit earlier than the other guy early on this offseason. And that's because we know in fantasy basketball, we have such a large sample that we generally see these players regress to what our predictions were going into the season, as fantasy basketball is a lot more predictive than fantasy football in terms of what we were viewing these players beforehand. But in this case, I don't think so. I mean, with Devin Booker, he was not a player that I even really liked drafting this offseason. I mean, he is getting so many minutes right now in this rotation, averaging 36 minutes a game, still not coming through with what we needed to see. I mean, only 23 points from the field, which is decent compared to other players at the position. But we know with Devin Booker, you weren't drafting him for his rebounding. You weren't drafting him for his assist. You weren't drafting him for his defensive statistics. You were drafting him because you wanted to see 30 points a game from Devin Booker. Only 23 is not going to get it done. I mean, the efficiency is decent, 49% from the field, 35% from beyond the arc. So he's not killing you there, but you're not getting excited about it either. And clearly he's never going to be a super strong rebounder or assist playmaker. Only 3 rebounds and 4 assists a game. I mean, Devin Booker has looked like a major disappointment so far for anybody who decided to draft him at the end of the first round, the beginning of the second round. Whereas Sabonis, on the other hand, who was going in rounds 4, 5, 6, I mean, has been killing it. Obviously, there are going to be some changes on his team with Victor Oladipo leaving, with Caris LeVert coming in. But so far, 38 minutes a game, 22 points. Obviously, what Sabonis is giving you is more valuable, though, in his rebounding and his assist numbers. Now, I talk about this all the time. I mean, the reason that I loved Jokic at the end of the first round, the middle of the first round in fantasy drafts this offseason, is I want the big man that's going to be able to rack up assists, because in category leagues, that is going to give you a significant advantage over your league mates, where Sabonis is giving you 6 assists a game. He's giving you 13 rebounds a game. I mean, 35% from 3, 56% from the field. Sabonis is giving you everything right now. And even with the rotation change of Caris LeVert coming in, Oladipo leaving this rotation, I don't think it's going to impact Sabonis nearly enough for us to want to move him for Devin Booker at this point. So here, I know that was a long way to answer this question, but we are going to be going with Sabonis over Devin Booker. Okay, so now our next question is going to be a little bit more difficult here, and this is going to be Jimmy Butler versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Okay, so with Jimmy Butler right now, I know he's been pretty much a no-show so far this season. Not his fault that he's missing games due to COVID. 29 minutes a game, though, when he is able to play 16 points a game as well. I mean, he has yet to make a single three so far this season. Only 5.5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals a game. So at least he's giving you that category. But beyond that, I mean, I think Shea is just killing him everywhere where it matters. I mean, Shea is coming out here more minutes than him per game. I mean, 33 minutes, more points with 21 minutes per game. I mean, he's making his threes at the same time. I mean, he has more efficient play as well with 49% from the field, 5.5 rebounds, so the same there. More assists and 6 rebounds. Steals are down a little bit compared to Butler, but at this point, I mean, we're looking at Shea just as an extremely young player that still has more room to develop. I think that I would actually probably have Shea here, even though I am probably on an island. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. All right, so talking about situations that are changing, now let's talk about Brogdon. Let's talk about Caris LeVert coming in. Our next question is going to be Brogdon for Jeremy Grant and what side we want to lay on. And this is honestly probably the hardest question for me to answer. I mean, right now, Brogdon's averaging 37 minutes a game, 23 points, 48% from the field, but a shit ton of threes. I mean, he is just putting up the three ball at will. It's going in as well. 4 rebounds, 7.5 assists, as well as 2 steals. So extremely impressive numbers. But Jeremy Grant for the Pistons is also looking like a very strong option in 2021. 37 minutes as well, 25 points. I mean, 46% from the field, great threes, 6 rebounds, only 2 assists though, so this is where it's kind of not getting it there for me. I mean, he has a ton of steals and blocks per game, but I'm going to lean with the player that is averaging more assists. Y'all know I love that category. Even in a points league, assists still translate to a ton of production. So I think we are going to be going with Brogdon, but please let me know what y'all think with Caris LeVert coming in. Let me know what you think that changes his role on the court to be. Let me know if you think he's going to be seeing more minutes, less minutes with Oladipo out, LeVert in. I think this Pacers team is definitely one that we need to be watching going forward. Okay, so now our next trade question that we need to answer is a question that honestly I hate to see, and it's because it involves a player that I got horribly wrong, and this is PJ Washington for Al Horford. Now, I want to get this right out of the way. Al Horford was a player that I actually liked in fantasy drafts this season. I mean, I thought that he was a good value where he was going just because he was going to be seeing the minutes on the Thunder because they had nobody else to go out there in their rotation. I thought because of his guaranteed minutes, he was going to be able to see the ball in his hands enough for him to be able to put up statistics. But honestly, I mean, nothing's been worth it. I mean, he's had horrible efficiencies, obviously not giving you anything on the defensive end as well. And PJ Washington's averaging close to 30 minutes a game, 13 points, 42% from the field, decent threes. I mean, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and a block and a half a game. So here, honestly, I think we have to go with PJ Washington. Al Horford, I'm just going to have to sit here and take the L on. Now, our next one is going to be a very interesting question. And this is going to be Zion Williamson for Randle. Okay, right now, obviously, Tom Thibodeau is working the New York Knicks in making them go out there and play ridiculous minutes. I mean, right now, Julius Randle, 38 minutes a game, 23 points, 50% from the field. He's giving you some threes, not necessarily killing you there. 10 rebounds a game and 7 assists as well. That is not something I thought we were going to be seeing from Julius Randle. But I love what Tom Thibodeau is doing with this New York Knicks team. And on the other hand, with Zion Williamson, obviously, he's going to be the much more impactful NBA player. But right now, 32 minutes a game, 22 points. And with Zion, this is why we are avoiding him in fantasy drafts this year. Just because we want to be avoiding the players that are mainly getting their value from scoring points, not necessarily racking up rebounds, assists, because he's giving you nothing from 3. Literally, I don't think Zion's made a single 3 all season. Horrible free throw percentage, so if you're playing in a category league, he's completely tanking you there as well. And we know, I mean, without the assists, without the blocks, with poor rebounds for his position, I mean, 8 rebounds, about an assist and a half a game, a steal and a half, and half a block. I mean, Zion at this point is not a good fantasy basketball asset. He's a much better real-life NBA asset for the New Orleans Pelicans, but that's why we are avoiding him in fantasy drafts this offseason. And now our last trade we are going to be asked is going to be Kawhi Leonard for Michael Porter Jr. and Devin Booker. And I initially just want to sit here and I want to always go with the best player available. But I want to hear your opinion on this trade. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. Help a fellow member of the flock out. And yeah, thank y'all so much for checking out the video. I really hope y'all enjoyed it. I really hope I was able to get to your trade question. But as always, please go ask your own trade question down in the comments below. And I hope it will make it on the next video.